Universities are autonomous bodies having a complex organizational structure. A uniform act, diverging statutes, elusive rules, and cumbersome regulations are the hallmark of the statutory business in the public sector universities in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Many people outside the academia and numerous insiders hardly understand the nature, content, purpose, scope, recommending, approving and disapproving bodies of the laws and bylaws prevailing in the public sector universities in Pakistan. In this short video, some of these important points unaccounted for since long have been discussed. In the public sector universities in Pakistan, Act is the supreme legislative enactment. Considered as the Bible in the universities, it provides broader guidelines for governance of the official business of the universities. This legal document is framed by the federal legislative body, Parliament, in case of the Federal Act for Federal Universities, and provincial assemblies in case of the Provincial Universities Act, according to the broader guidelines provided in the Constitution. Universities are primarily set up under the Act, which provides principal guidelines for the establishment and incorporation of the universities, jurisdiction, powers and functions of the universities, mechanism for appointment of Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, Deans, constitution of the various governing bodies, authorities such as Senate, Syndicate and Academic Council, powers and functions of these statutory bodies, affiliation and disaffiliation of academic institutions, functions of the key statutory officers, and most importantly, it contains provisions for framing of statutes, regulations, and rules in order to regulate the official business of the universities. Any amendment in the Act follows the same procedure as that of its approval. Under the provision of the Act, statutes, regulations and rules are formulated to help govern the academic, research, administrative, legal and financial business of the university. Statutes are the bylaws enacted by the principal governing body to regulate functioning of the public sector universities in Pakistan. Statutes are made under the Act and needed to be consistent with the Act. The matters in which statutes are required to be framed are given in the Act and mainly encompass the contents and the manner in which the annual report is to be presented to the Senate, the university fee structure, the pay scales and other terms and conditions of the service of the employees, affiliation and disaffiliation of educational institutions, establishment of faculties, teaching departments, constituent institutes, colleges, conditions for appointment of meritorious professors, award of honorary degrees, and efficiency and discipline of the university employees. The draft of the statutes is supposed to be proposed by the syndicate to the Senate, which may approve in toto or pass it with such modification as the Senate may deem appropriate or may refer it back to the syndicate for reconsideration. The Senate may initiate statutes with respect to any matter in its power and accord its approval after seeking the opinion of the syndicate. The procedure for adding, amending or repealing a statute is the same as ordained for framing or making it. Subject to the provision of the Universities Act and statutes, regulations are provided to regulate specifically the academic business in the universities. These are bylaws designed with a view to govern academic matters in the universities as provided in the Act, mainly encompass the affairs such as designing of the courses and for degree programs, diplomas and certificates, the admission and expulsion of students, the conduct of examination, the institution of fellowship, scholarship, exhibitions, medals and prizes, and the formation of faculties, teaching departments and board of studies. Regulations are rigid in nature and are required to be made in line with the provision of the Act and statutes. These are proposed by the Board of Studies, followed by the recommendations made by the Board of Faculty for submission to the Academic Council for final approval of the syndicate. The syndicate may approve or refer it back to the Council for reconsiderations. Regulations proposed by the Academic Council used to be not effective unless these are finally approved by the syndicate. And now finally, the rules. The rules are the bylaws made to administer any financial, legal, administrative, and service matter in the universities. Being a set of instructions, rules prescribe the way in which the operational business of the universities is managed and executed. Rules can be proposed by any forum for approval of the syndicate, and amendments in the same follow the same channel as that of its approval. The authorities and other bodies of the university may make rules in line with the provision of the Act, the statutes, and the regulations in order to regulate conduct of the business and time and venue of the meetings of these statutory bodies. I hope you liked this short video. Thank you for watching.